Listen, you never have to see me again. That's a great way to start a video. All right, 13-2. You cross multiply when you have two fractions and an equal sign in the middle. That's it. Okay, I'm not writing that down. You can write that down if you want. If I get a +1 right here, I no longer have two fractions, and I have two fractions and some addition going on. It gets more complicated. So if I just have two fractions equal to each other, we just cross multiply. You've cross multiplied in chapter 1, chapter 3, chapter 5. So honestly, after we get going a little bit, I could walk out the door and if you want to see me again, you could do the whole lesson, but I won't do that. So let's start with this first one. First problem, I start with restrictions. And restrictions you can do at the beginning or at the end. It doesn't matter. I'm going to start this one at the beginning. As we go through the problems, I'll kind of mix it up. So my restrictions are, again, based off solely of what makes those things 0. That's it. Okay? If I have those two items and I set them equal to 0 and I solve them, the first one that I'm going to look at is easy. X cannot be -11, right? Because that makes that 0. So I'm going to write that here. Because we can't divide by 0. That's all it is. That's why I don't care about the top. This next one, 2x minus 3, if you want to do a little work, I'm fine with that. If you want to just do the work in your head, we're getting to the point in the year where I'm also fine with that. So we're looking at 2x minus 3 equals 0. All you are doing is adding 3 to both sides. You get 2x equals 3. You divide by 2. And so my other restriction is 3 over 2. So x cannot be either of those numbers. Basically all that means is if you solve this and you get a -11, you just cross it off and you're done. Okay? Let's get to the solving piece. So we cross multiply. So I take these two items and multiply them together, those two items and multiply them together. There's no rhyme or reason for why you choose to do one over the other. I normally just look at what's ever easier and I do that one first. Okay, get the easy stuff out of the way. So I'm going to do x times x plus 11. Make sure you put parentheses around those pieces that have some addition going on. I put an equal sign. Please don't be the person that just writes this and then puts like a plus sign here and makes some magic stuff happen. Okay? There's an equal sign in the problem. We keep our equal sign. Get to the next piece. I get 3x times 2x minus 3. And now we distribute. So you distribute, I'll distribute. I'm going to talk more through this one than I will on any of the other ones. I get x squared and then 11x. On the other side, I get 6x squared minus 9x. You've solved these before. You did this back in chapter 5, chapter 3, a little bit of chapter 1, but mostly those 2 chapters. What do I do when I have x squareds and I need to solve? No. Sometimes you can. That's not a bad idea, Griff. But first we combine. Okay? We get everything on one side. You don't like BS in math class. You don't want things on both sides. So we are going to slide this over here. And we are going to slide this over as well. Leaving us with 0 equals 5x squared minus 20x. Now, if I don't have a 0 there, I'm not solving this. I have to get it equal to 0 for all of my tools to work. Your tools include the quadratic formula, which if you threw up in your mouth a little bit, that's fine. We try not to use that. We factor. We might have did that again too right there. Sorry, you have to factor. You're going to do it a lot. And then you could complete the square, although I don't really push for that one. Don't worry. So, we got this. What can I take out of both of those items? Come on, people. 5x. Perfect. So I'm going to factor this. So I get 0 equals 5x. 5x is just my GCF. And I get x minus 4. At this point, I require nothing else other than the 2 solutions. So I'll remind you this time that what you are truly doing is just taking each piece and saying 5x equals 0, solve it, and taking x minus 4 equals 0, solve it. That's what you're doing. You don't have to show me that though, because I know that you can go x minus 4 equals 0 and plus 4. You've done that for a long time. So I'm good if you tell me that the answer to this is 4. What's the answer to this?
X equals 0.
Good. I'm also fine if you just give me that answer. Now I'm putting a box here, but I got to go back and check. What's my restrictions? Right. And that's not my restrictions. They don't match up, so they're good.
Well,
I
that
got two
is
solutions.
wrong.
You just cross up the equation.
You just, let's say 0 was my piece. I'm going to do this in yellow, so don't add this. Done.
Is it just always the bottom two that are the restrictions?
Yes. Yep. So yeah, that's all you would do if it was a restriction. You don't do anything else. Do not erase it. Okay? You are showing that you found a solution. You are just showing that you also understand it's not a solution. So that's what we got going on there. Questions? Next one. Restrictions. What are they? X cannot be.
And the next one.
X cannot be 3. Just 3. Okay? It's only the bottom. So we can't divide by 0. It's just the bottom piece there. Cross multiply. What's the easiest thing to multiply together?
4 and 3.
4 and 3. Alright, so we got 12 equals those two pieces multiplied together. You distribute that, you get that number, and I'm also going to distribute it in a minute, but I'll let you get it down. These are easy points for you to make. If you show you distributed, you show that you started this problem, you showed you had an understanding of the problem. That's partial credit right there.
Yeah, no, it's a stop. Yeah, actually, yes, bro. Could. I wouldn't be here off. Take a vacation here. It's chill.
Next up, what is it?
Get that 12 minus the 12.
Minus the 12. Good. Yeah, we got to get the 12 to the other side. So we do that,
Left to right.
and I end up with 0 here. Now, this problem right here, I moved everything to the right. This problem here, I'm moving everything to the right. You don't always have to move stuff to the right. Okay? It's just working out in these problems that our x squared is positive on this side, and it's the bigger number. But if I had, for example, over here, if I had that 6x squared on the left side, I would have moved everything to the left. Okay? Moving on. So we minus the 12. I got negative 15 from that. Everything else was the same. And so we factor. Reminder about the factoring a trinomial. First two items comes from my x squared. So that's going to be x and x.
One has to be a plus, right?
Correct. One's going to be a plus, one's going to be a minus. What number is multiplied to 15?
5 and 3.
5 and 3.
That's the right.
And that is the correct option. Just don't forget, we always forget this. We always forget 1 and whatever the number is. That's also always an option. So it's going to be 5 and 3. Which one's positive, which one's negative?
Negative 5.
Yeah, you're right.
Negative 5 is going to be good. And this is your quick check. So whenever you just have a 1 right here, you can check this really quick by going negative 5 times 3, that's negative 15. Negative 5 plus 3, negative 2. What's my answers?
Negative. Positive 5, negative 3.
Positive 5, negative 3.
Oh, it's just the line.
Restrictions, did they cross anything out? No. And I really want to stress this one because on your test you get something that sometimes looks like this. I have -3 as my solution. My restriction was +3. Sometimes people look at that and they're like, it's 3, gone. Don't do that. Okay? They have to, if it's a -3, it has to be a -3. If it's a +3, it has to be a +3 to cancel out. Questions?
Do you like to do this?
These are actually more fun than a lot of units, I think. We're gonna cross this one off. We're gonna look at this one right over here. Restrictions, what are they? Yeah, 0. The only restriction we have is x cannot equal 0. It works for that piece right there and that piece right there. So I just say x cannot equal 0. What's the easiest thing to cross multiply? Yeah, so we can multiply those two pieces and just get x squared. I multiply this other side, I got x, and then 2x minus 21. What do you want to do?
Subtract x.
Okay. So we're subtract the x squared. Now you can do the quadratic formula on every single problem. I don't want to do that here. I want to factor it instead. What can I take out of both of those? X. Just an x. So I get 0 equals x, and then x minus 21. What's my solutions? 0 from that one right there, and 21. So folks, this is the first time that our restriction showed up as a solution. And again, all you do is just cross it off. Done. Okay? How do we feel about this?
It's really good.
Alright, very bottom of the page. You get to choose. You either get to do the left or the right. I don't care which one.
Let's choose the right.
You sure?
Yeah.
You sure?
There's a fork in the road. Let's take the right.
I agree with you.
Thanks.
Everybody do the one on the right.
Ooh.
So x can't equal
You can work together too.
0 again.
Equals. Let's figure it out.
27x minus 3x. So this, we're having to move everything to the other side.
Better.
Why? Then you get it. But you get positive 7x.
Negative 3x.
Did you get this?
Yo, how do you get x squared?
You're doing good. Here, minus this over. So that's going to be -7 squared.
I don't know if you would think about it. If you get a 7, oh my god, dude, they don't work together.
Yo. Then you just take out an x. Yeah, just slam out an x. State your answer.
X equals 0 and x equals 27.
That's what I got.
Now, folks, I saw a lot of people right here at this step. They moved the 4x squared to the other side, and I'm going to go that way because I saw so many of you doing that. However, you can bring this 3x squared to that side, and then it's positive. Doesn't matter. You'll get the same answer. So I have this, and I'm going to do two things. When we look at this, if it slides down, when we look at this, most of the time you look at this, x squared comes first. So it should look like that, okay? It doesn't have to, it just makes it easier because it's something you're familiar with. You've seen it more like this. When I factor this, what can I take from both of them? An x, right? But this is a trick. If I have a negative x squared, I don't want a negative x squared. I'm going to factor out a negative x. So now I'm looking at 7x minus 27. The negative x gives you a solution of 0. Okay, nothing changed there. The 7x minus 27, this one, I'd actually encourage you to do a little work. All right, I would recommend that you go 7x minus 27 equals 0. And the reason being is because most people look at this, and a lot of you are going to be like, hey, I can get the answer. It's just 27, or it's negative 27 divided by 7. That's not right. What's up?
I just got to grab a couple.
All right. So just work through that, get that one done, and then we're done with our answer. Or are we? We better be. You hear that? We better be.
I will know that.
Got the answer, Griff? He's working on it. Julian?
It's a nasty answer. It should be. Yeah. Negative, positive. Yeah, that's good. Wait, why can't it just be 27?
Because if you just give this 27 over there, you got 7x equals 27. So you got to just divide that and boom.
Beauty.
Beauty. Oh.
You know, I
Okay,
did some,
I'll help you in a minute.
I did some math on my test I took yesterday.
What did you take at the tech?
I do pesticide.
Oh, yeah, that would be it. Folks, what solution is not a solution? 0, right? Because our restriction right here should be x cannot equal 0. Okay, we are going to take a